Well, Happy New Year, everybody. ABC 10 meteorologist Brendan Minchef with the look at the forecast as we move into 2026, because it is starting off with rain and snow for Northern California. We're going to get some wind out of this too, but nothing like what we saw the week of Christmas. As of this recording of the final few hours of 2025, that storm, the first round of it at least, building from south to north, and that's bringing rain for the end of 2025. It is a soggy New Year's Eve, and we're going to have some more rain for New Year's Day and the first weekend of the new year as well. Looking at a level 3 atmospheric river moving into central and northern California, basically from Monterey Bay up all the way to the state line with Oregon. This is going to be a moderate to strong atmospheric river, and you can see it's going to bring a lot of rain to the north coast, Cape Mendocino, lots of rain to the northern Sierra and central Sierra as well. And I say rain, but actually a lot of that's going to fall as snow. So we're going to get another decent snowfall out of this storm, which is good news because, as we had previously talked about in other videos, December was rather lackluster in terms of rain and especially and importantly snow. So to be able to start off January with a snowstorm, that's pretty good. I know it's maybe not great for folks trying to get up to the high country because we are going to have chain controls and whatnot. But in terms of our snowpack, in terms of water storage, it's good news. The three things we're tracking, as you might expect, well, the first one is rain, a soggy New Year's Eve, but then rain and possibly some thunder for New Year's Day. And of course, more rain as we head towards the weekend. The second thing is wind. It's going to be breezy on New Year's Day, but the strongest winds are actually going to be Friday night and Saturday morning. And then snow, not a lot of it before Friday, maybe an inch to 2, maybe 3 inches at the high end on the high passes before Friday. But it's not until that colder air arrives late in the day on Friday into Saturday that we're finally going to start to see meaningful snow falling in the Sierra. So feet of snow through this weekend. Again, not much before Friday, but then by the weekend, we're talking feet of snow. For the first day of 2026, 58 degrees in Sacramento. That's about 10 degrees warmer than where we were to finish December in those upper 40s. We are in the warm portion of this storm for Thursday and Friday. As we said, that's why there's higher snow levels for the next couple of days before we're going to see that cold air come in. So storm 1, Storm 2. Both of them are tapping into an atmospheric river, so we do have that atmospheric river moisture to play with. That's why we're getting a decent amount of rain and soon a decent amount of snow. But the temperature in this first storm is much warmer as we're pulling this air off the coast of Baja California all the way down near Cabo. That's where this moisture, that's where this air is coming from. So it's much warmer air than what we see with storm number 2, which is dropping in from the Gulf of Alaska. Again, still moisture, still atmospheric river moisture to play with, but it's a different temperature. So with this first one coming through at the end of 2025 through the 1st and 2nd of 2026, that's the warmer part of the storm. Temps in the upper 50s, a lot of rain across Northern California, but then late Friday into Saturday, storm number 2 comes in. Again, still has that atmospheric river moisture with it. However, it's got a lot colder air behind it. So that's going to really drop the snow levels down below the passes. As of the recording of this video, winter storm watch from 4 p.m. on Friday to 10 a.m. on Sunday. At some point, this is either going to become a winter weather advisory or a winter storm warning. We'll wait and see which one, but that is going to get an upgrade at some point. Flood watch from 4 p.m. Friday to 10 p.m. Sunday for Lake County and Mendocino counties. But that's it. We're not seeing anything across the Bay Area, the Valley, or the High Country. There is also some coastal advisories. I don't have them on this map. I'll just mention them quickly. Because of the wind and the storm and the high waves coming in, we are going to see some coastal erosion and some large waves. So if you are headed to the coast, of course, be mindful of the weather coming in, but also be mindful of the ocean because there are some bigger waves on the way in with this storm. And there's also no wind alerts across the valley, but there is a wind alert for Mendocino County right along the coast, and then up as you work your way further north up towards Humboldt, up towards Cape Mendocino. We do have some different wind alerts up there. So if you're headed to the far north coast, it's going to be much windier than what we're going to see here in the capital region. All right. Let's look at Futurecast. So as we go through the final few hours of 2025, it's just some light yet steady rain, keeping things soggy as we move into the new year. Some more moderate rainfall through the overnight period, although most New Year's Eve celebrations will be wrapped up by then. By January 1st at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, some scattered showers with some isolated thunderstorm potential here. So like we might see a little bit of a weak thunderstorm out there, maybe some trying to pop up near the Sacramento-San Joaquin County line, maybe some more down in Stanislaus County, maybe a few in the foothills. It's just very isolated, very pop-up. We can't say for sure which one of those may become a thunderstorm. There's just that opportunity for those storms to form. However, This is not a severe opportunity. We're not looking to see widespread strong thunderstorms, looking to see widespread severe thunderstorms, kind of like we saw with Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. That's not expected. So let's be completely clear about that. Different type of storm, not as strong, just isolated thunderstorms possible on January 1st. All right, let's keep going. This is now the evening hours of the January 1st into the early morning hours of January 2nd, and we see some scattered showers, especially across the Sacramento Valley. Now we're into Friday afternoon, and it is mainly cloudy, but it's also predominantly dry out there. We're going to be in between systems as we work through Friday. Remember, this is that colder storm coming in. That's going to bring us the heavier rain, and then when it hits the high country, the colder, lower snow levels because of that colder air. So as we move Friday into Saturday morning, do expect some heavier rainfall. Probably the heaviest that we will see is going to happen Friday night into Saturday morning, and that's really when those snow levels start to drop as well. Moving into the long range forecast now, we still see plenty of showers across the valley. This is making it look like some widespread rain, but anywhere that we see these kind of lighter colors, that's going to be some more off and on rain in the valley. The darker colors is where it's more steady. The lighter greens more off and on. This is through lunchtime on Saturday. It does lighten up a little bit later in the day on Saturday before we get kind of another round pushing in on Sunday at lunchtime. And you see consistent snow across the high country all weekend long. This is now Monday morning. We still see some rain in the valley. Definitely still seeing some snow in the high country. Models diverge a little bit going forward from Monday afternoon, whether this is going to start to wrap up or whether this is going to linger even into Tuesday. But even the European model here, by the time we get to Tuesday afternoon, things are starting to wind down. So the end of this system, not exactly clear whether it's going to be like an early day Monday, a late day Monday, or even lingering into Tuesday. So we'll keep an eye on that. But do know, and if you're starting to think ahead to next week, do know that we could start off with some rain and snow in Northern California. Over the next 5 days, anywhere from 1 to about 3 inches of rain in the valley, 4 to 7 inches of water in the high country. Some of that initially is going to fall as rain, but then once that second system comes in with that colder air, that is going to be snow above about 5,500 feet. Speaking of the snow levels here, Thursday evening, there's not going to be a lot of snow out there. Anything that is there, it could fall down to the passes. But again, as we had talked about, that colder air is not coming in until later in the day on Friday into Saturday. That's when those snow levels drop towards about 6,000 feet at its lowest point, closer to 5,500 feet. So as we look at the model snowfall here, this is 9 o'clock in the morning on Friday. We see about 1 inch of snow in places like Truckee, South Lake Tahoe, Bear Valley, 3 inches. And then the darker blue colors at the passes of Interstate 80, US 50. Again, a couple inches. That's about it. The real stuff doesn't happen till we get past Friday night into Saturday morning. This is now Sunday evening. That's when we see that more meaningful snowfall falling. So if you're thinking about going up to Tahoe over the weekend, be ready for those chain controls and snow actively falling. It's also going to be breezy across Northern California for the first few days of 2026. This is 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Thursday. We see gusts maybe 25 miles an hour out of the south, but it's nothing like what we saw Christmas Eve, Christmas Day when we were talking about wind gusts upwards of 45 miles per hour. That's not going to be the case with this system, at least in the valley. As we had mentioned a few minutes ago, out along the immediate coast, if you're thinking of going to the coast, there are going to be much stronger winds out there, so do be aware of that. But in the valley, where I think most of us are probably going to be staying as we go through the first few days of the new year, peak wind gusts probably 35 to 40 miles per hour, and that's on the high end. Remember, I'm going to say this one more time. The week of Christmas, we were talking about wind gusts 45 to 60 miles per hour, and indeed we saw some winds upwards of 75 miles an hour. So there you go. Some wind forecasts here as of about midnight on Saturday when that stronger rain band's moving through ahead of that cold front. We see those gusts upwards of about 25 to 35 miles per hour. That's pretty typical with these storms coming in. That's where my forecast is at right now. So to wrap this all up, weather impact alert now through Sunday. Valley rain, Sierra snow, 1 to 3 inches of valley rain, 1 to 3 feet of Sierra snow. And again, that snow mainly starts Friday night. Consider those holiday plans, whether that is the evening of the 31st, whether that is during the day on the 1st, or as I mentioned a minute ago too, maybe you're thinking about going up to Tahoe this weekend. Well, it's going to snow. It's going to be very wintry up there, so be mindful of that. Over the next 3 days here, temperatures in the 50s. Now, Thursday, Friday, we're talking about temperatures near 60 degrees as we're in the warm sector of this storm. Then we drop back to more seasonal temperatures Saturday, Sunday in the mid-50s. Again, lingering rain, snow chances through Monday and Tuesday. Models are not exactly sure when this system's going to be wrapping up. As we get into the later part of next week, right now I've got it dry. Temperatures upper 40s and low 50s. But some models are indicating we could see yet another system coming in by the end of next week. So this may not be the end of the rain chances. January could start off pretty wet with 1 or 2 storms. But that's in the long range part of the forecast. Right now we are focused on what is just around the corner, what's falling now, and what's going to happen this weekend. Be sure to download the ABC 10 app. We've got a weather playlist there, extended forecasts like this one. We've got weather explainers such as what an atmospheric river is. You can find that there on the weather playlist. Plus, we've got weather and climate specials, including our newest special that just aired in October, California's Power Struggle. You can find all that on the ABC 10 app, and you can find the ABC 10 app wherever you stream. Thanks for watching, and have a happy new year.